Sure.
All right, so this story is about two French Bulldogs that I walk, and these dogs, they really think a lot of themselves. And I live in a small town, and it's a story about walking them in the town. And it's just an excerpt from a short story. Okay. We are having such a delightful morning, Ellie, Jacques, and I, that we decide to stroll across the Ave and visit the park with the gazebo. More snow is starting to fall. Holiday music comes from a speaker high on a pole, and strings of lights crisscross the park. All the trees sparkle with lights, too. I find the perfect location for a photo. I pose the dogs and squat to view them through my phone. A chihuahua startles the three of us by barking fiercely. He is wrapped in a blanket and is barking from his owner's arms a few yards away. Yeah, 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 he says. Ellie responds with an arf, 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 arf. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Arf, 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 arf. The lady sighs and apologizes at the same time. Her little dog is exceptionally loud. She tries to cover his mouth with her hand. Luckily, he doesn't bite her as he squirms his little apple head free and yaps even louder. Yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Arf, arf, arf. He calls out in a muffled voice as the lady bundles him away. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. But Ellie has to have the final mark. Arf, 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 arf. Here is the same conversation translated.
Preciosa, la cosa más maravillosa que he visto en mi vida. Hola, mi reina.
He says. Ellie responds with,
Amor, vraiment, je vous ai trouvé. Ojalá las estrellas brillaran la mitad de intensa que sus ojos. El mundo se acaba si usted no se enamora de mí. À chaque palpitation, mon cœur chicote de notre amour.
His owner is laughing and apologizing at the same time. Her little dog is exceptionally loud. She tries to cover his mouth with her hand. Luckily, he doesn't bite her as he squirms his little apple head free and yaps even louder.
¿Sabe usted algo? La miro y me imagino el rostro que podrían tener mis hijos. Sueño con nuestra vida juntos, con su belleza y mi coraje. Venga a mí, mi amor precioso, y abracémonos fuerte. Si tan solo estos chimpancés nos permitieran abrazarnos, mi amor, podría mostrarle la machista y maravilloso que soy. Nous vivrons d'amour douce.
Ellie croons. He calls out in a muffled voice as the owner bundles him away.
Estoy tan triste, la señorita solo me ladra. No entiendo nada más que... Si tan solo pudiera hablar su idioma. Sé que ella me amaría. Ay, qué trágico que todo lo que puedo escuchar de sus exuberantes labios sean los sonidos de...
But Ellie has to have the final bark.
Je suis triste de vous aboyer seulement. Si vous parliez français, vous m'aimeriez.
Here is the English. Super precious. The most wonderful thing I've ever seen in my life. Hello, my queen. My true love, I've found you, Ellie cries. I wish the stars shone half as intensely as your eyes. The world ends if you don't fall in love with me. With every flutter, my heart whispers of our love, Ellie cries. Her owner is laughing and apologizing at the same time. Her little dog is exceptionally loud. She tries to cover his mouth with her hand. Luckily, he doesn't bite her as he squirms his apple head free and yaps at Ellie even louder. You know something? I look at you and imagine the face of my children could have. I dream of our life together, of your beauty and my courage. Come to me, my precious love, and let's hug each other tight. If only these humans would let us embrace each other, my love, I could show you how macho and wonderful I am. We will live on love and fresh water, Ellie croons. He calls to her in a muffled voice as the owner bundles him away. I'm so sad. The lady just barks at me. Yap, yap, yap. I don't understand anything but arf, arf, arf. If only I could speak her language. Yap, yap, yap. I know she would love me. Oh, how tragic that all I can hear from her lush lips are the sounds of arf, arf, arf. But Ellie has to have the final word. I'm sad you only bark. If you spoke French, you would love me.